how to solve trig equations. We're going to go over a couple different ones here. First off, I'm just going to show how to solve kind of some basic versions, and then we'll look at a little bit with how to solve them with factoring, and then I'll say for another video a little bit more advanced stuff in there, using quadratic formula or using our trig identities on how to manipulate the equation around a little bit. So to start with here, we're just going to look at a basic trig equation. Basically, we would solve it just like we would with some algebra stuff. Here we've got 7 tangent of theta or x or whatever variable you want. So 7 tangent of theta plus 4 equals 3 tangent theta minus 9. First part to start out with is just like we would, with any sort of algebra equation, we'll just solve for our variable. So here, now our variable is just this tangent function. But that part's just the same. We'll move and manipulate move all the tangents to one side, move all the numbers to the other side, and then go from there. So, for example, here I might take this 3 tangent theta, subtract it over here, right? And take this 4, subtract it from the negative 9. So we just kind of manipulate that stuff. We'll have, subtract these 3 from this 7. We'll have 4 tangent theta left. Subtract this 4 from the negative 9. We've got negative 11. Oh, man, that's not even right. Let's take 4 and 9, and that'll be 13. Okay, so negative 9 minus 4 being negative 13. And then here we'll just finish solving. We got a 4, divide, and we'll just leave it as a fraction. That's not pretty easy there. 13 over 4. And then we would say, okay, how do we finish solving for this angle? We would take the tangent inverse. That's the opposite of doing tangent. We don't divide by tangent. That's not a thing. Tangent is a function. It's not a number. So we can't just divide this off and be left with the angle. So we do the tangent inverse of negative 13 over 4, right? And using a little bit of our knowledge from before, we know from the limitations on this, this is going to give you a negative answer when you plug that in, right? When you plug that into your calculator. Which I gotta go grab my calculator so we can check on what that answer is going to be. You guys can plug it into your calculator and then check on mine. I'll be back in just a second. All right, so let's see. If we do tangent inverse of negative 13 over 4, and I just typed that right in my calculator, we get negative 72.897, yada yada. So I'm just going to round that to be approximately negative 72.9 degrees, right? That's where we're going to put that one for now. Now here's the thing, right? So all of that's pretty straightforward. It's not too bad. We move it, we do the inverse, use our calculator, get this result. But this is not the answer. We have to adjust here because we want to keep all of our answers, as long as we're told that, right, between 0 degrees and 360 degrees, which negative 72.9 is not between those two things. So we have to adjust that angle so that it's in between there, and that's where we can get multiple possibilities. So yes, this is a possible answer, but it doesn't fit in this parameter. So to make that adjustment, I'm going to, kind of draw out where these are possible, right? So first thing I'm going to do is draw where is this particular angle at. That's what I'm going to do. So it's negative 72, it's down here, it's not quite 90 degrees. So that's angles down here somewhere. There's our negative 72.9 degrees, right? That's where that thing ends up. And now we want to find out where are other possibilities at. Some other possibilities, right? This triangle could be reflected into this quadrant here, right? But we can use our same thing with our inverse stuff. We can kind of think about, okay, all students take calculus, or it's the way I remember it, or maybe you have your CAST system on there. But on here, okay, tangent is negative, right? Tangent was negative in this quadrant. So we want to mirror this to other quadrants where tangent's negative. I would check. Tangent's positive here. Nope, we want to find when tangent's negative. Tangent's negative here, yes. So I'm going to reflect, kind of put another triangle there because that's a possibility. This one, nope, tangent's positive here, so I don't want to worry about that one. And then we go here as well. So we want to get angles that are in between 0 and 360. So again, I might start and say, okay, I'm going to start at 0 and go around until I hit one of those triangles. So one option is this first angle. I hit that one right away. And where that one has to be, well, again, this reference angle in here is 72.9 degrees. So this one has to be 180 and 72.9 degrees less than that. Here's 180 and it's that much less. So I take 180 minus this 72.9 degrees. So this green angle, right, would have to be, you could use your calculator to check that. If I'm thinking real quick, 180 minus 72.9, gotta have an 8 with 9 less. So that'd be about 107.1 degrees, right? That's got to be that green angle, which is showing up a little bit tough there, but that's 107.1, 107.1 degrees. That's this first angle there. That's the first possibility. Now we've got to keep going around to check because this is not a number in between 0 and 360. So I have to find a spot that ends up landing on that, right? So again, I'm going to just continue going around. So I'm going to start here and continue my way, go through until I land at exactly that angle, which now we'd say, well, what's this one going to be? Well, 360 all the way, 72 degrees less. So 360 minus 72.9 degrees. Again, I've been doing a little math all day, so my brain's a little bit fried. 72.9 degrees. Type that in if you're not sure. Gotta be 287.1. That's gotta be what this one is. So in here, 287.1 degrees. That's what this angle is, right? So now we have two possible answers, 287.1 and 107.1. Those are the two actual possible answers. We got to determine where those things are. So in here, my answers would not be this, even though that's what my calculator told me. The calculator only tells you the particular reference angle. We have to adjust where that's going to go. So the actual results in here should be 107.1 degrees or 287.1 degrees. These are the two possibilities that exist in between 0 and 360 degrees that would give us a tangent of theta that matches that particular piece. You have to be a little bit careful on those adjustments, right? So try your practice question, and then we'll take a look at how we can do this with a little bit of factoring in there as well.